In this video, I'll cover some alternatives that you could use instead of ChatGPT. Now, just to note, some of these are free to use, free to try out. Potentially, they may use a subscription model later down the line. So just be aware of that. And then some of them already have premium versions as well, where they have extra features, just like ChatGPT has done, as a matter of fact. First one I wanted to discuss was ChatSonic. Now, this one has been tipped to be beneficial in terms of the fact that it includes integrated Google search. So you can get the latest information, which ChatGPT is limited to 2021. That's what was fed into the machine for OpenAI. It's all data, pretty much everything on the internet up until 2021. The other thing you could do with ChatSonic is AI image generation, which you can't do with ChatGPT. You can also copy, download, etc. Some of these responses, saving you have to actually manually copy them. And then a couple of other things are a little bit gimmicky, but yeah, let's try it and see how it goes. So here on the homepage, on the free trial, you can see it has several different options here in terms of what you can do. You can do ChatSonic, which is like ChatGPT. It's basically a chatbot. You've got a text extender here. You've got an article writer. Remember, you can do a lot of this in ChatGPT as well. It's just the way they've actually put this all together and the fact that it has more recent data. That's what we're looking to see if there's any difference. It's got LinkedIn ads, Facebook ads, and they're working on some e-commerce stuff as well. So let's just try ChatGPT to compare. So even when you go on here, it says you can actually write factual content on the latest topics. So let's actually test and see how that goes. So I actually tried this out to see how it works with the kind of recent data. So I asked it to write a short essay on how the Fed has been dealing with inflation so far in 2023. And it's written quite a generic kind of response, something that you might see in ChatGPT. But there's nowhere here where I can nail down whether it's aware of kind of recent changes. It just says by raising Fed funds rate by 0.5 percentage points each time. Now, this relates to what happened kind of last year. But if we go further down, I asked it another question. So I asked, what is the current Fed's fund rate then? Like, specify the dates. And it says as of January 24th, the effective Fed's fund rate is 4.3%. Now, when you just quickly check it on Google, you'll see it's 4.33% at the moment. So this is pretty much accurate, but it says, which is unchanged from December 22nd, 2020. That's obviously incorrect. Now, that might be just the year out. Otherwise, it's talking about meetings from 2020. And it says the Fed is expected to raise interest rates in 2022, which has obviously already happened. So you can see it's kind of really reliant 90% on still data from before, which is what ChatGPT was doing. So you can't really see how it's incorporated the new data, or maybe as a language model, it's still learning as it goes along, as you know, it picks up more subscribers, does more of these searches, etc. So I've not been terribly impressed with this personally. So I'm trying the writer tool now to see if we could write some sort of blog article or book or something like that. I just see if there's any difference. And when you are on a free trial here, it's actually the premium version potentially you would get if you actually went on to pay. But let's write a topic. One thing I like is it's got a kind of built-in keyword SEO tool. So when you type a boring topic like Fed and Fed funds rate and click search keywords, it gives you I believe this is keyword difficulty here as well, and the amount of traffic to that particular keyword and the volume of searches. So you might choose to kind of target something that is a little bit less competitive, let's say, if you were writing a blog. So we'll go with who owns the Federal Reserve. And it actually asks you what tone of voice you want, and you can change this. So we could do funny, and we'll do it in third person. And I'm gonna leave the call to action blank. So it's got a few articles here with funny kind of titles, and these are not bad. Who owns the Federal Reserve? Not me, maybe not you either. Another one here, the Fed's got the funds to find out, or not me, that's for sure. So these are not too bad. Let's select one of these. And now it says generate outlines. Now remember, on ChatGPT, I've shown in a previous video where I've gone through some of the best command prompts for ChatGPT. You can do this. You can actually write outlines. It's just, it's presented much nicer here. And you can see all of the outline there. Click of a button. This took no more than a kind of a few seconds. And again, what I like is it gives you a few options. It gives you like 3 options. But again, remember, on ChatGPT, you can ask it to give you a few different options for outlines. It's all about how you ask the prompt. And my general issue with some of these add-on services is you have to be careful. A lot of them, especially the ones that are just kind of bolt on ChatGPT, all they're really doing in terms of the code is asking the prompt in a very specific way And that's it. That's the amazing thing about that particular app. Now, if they save you a lot of time by doing this, make everything more efficient and actually get you a better quality of response, then maybe that will still be worth it if it went to a paid subscription in future. But I do think a lot of these bolts on AI tools, they're not going to see the light of day, unfortunately. They might be fun for a few weeks and then just pretty much nobody's going to use them. Only the very best ones that do something unique or really do something that will change how you're doing your work. For example, if your work is content creation, those are the ones that will stick, I think. So anyway, I'm going to go for the third one. They're all kind of similar. And then it asks if you want to generate the article. Now this is in live time. You can see the cursor there. So I've been waiting so far probably about 5 or 10 seconds. And whilst we're waiting for this, I'm going to be discussing a few more options for you as well. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to be sharing a lot more AI and Web3 content in particular here on the channel. So that's it. It's all done. So this is the article, and you can see it's actually got an image source as well. This is from Pixabay, which is a well-known website for stock kind of images on the internet. Most of them free. So it starts with the intro. If you've ever asked the question, who owns the Fed Reserve, you're not alone. And it talks about it being a mysterious entity. I'm not going to read it all out, but just quickly scanning through this. To be honest, it's pretty good. It summarizes each section quite well. You've got an option, by the way, on the left here to regenerate the article as well. And what I like is if you can drag and drop. So if you want to move around a couple of the paragraphs, you just drag this one up. I think that should work. So let's test it, for example, with the introduction one. So let's move this one up here. I think after you move it, you just have to click regenerate and then it should work. So let me just try that and see if that picks it up. So funnily enough, I've already hit my target of balance. So this article is about 1,000 words and they give you about 2,400 to start with. And I've already hit my, so I've only got 587 left. So apparently that's not even enough to regenerate the article. So you see, they don't really give you much. So you kind of have to make your decision based on this. I would say just based on that alone, it's not worth it at the moment because you could just do this easily in ChatGPT, which I'll show you in a second. But overall, it's nice and it's kind of ready to go. And you could probably copy and paste this. Now, one thing I'm not clear on is whether they actually go over this, whether they actually paraphrase it for you. So AI kind of machines like the one Google has doesn't pick up that it's AI generated content. It's still not clear the legalities of this, whether you should be labeling this as AI content if you put it out there on the internet. But that's a topic for a whole other video. And you can rate the article here. You can change the font as well here, which is really cool, kind of in-house. So let me just see if that actually works. Yeah, it does work. You can kind of change if you want heading, subheading, etc. And then here you can share. You can put a public link or you can download it, PDF, Microsoft Word, etc. So that's very handy as well. That's what I'm talking about in terms of more efficient, making it more easy, more user-friendly. A lot of people who just don't know anything about the internet or AI, etc., they may prefer doing this way instead of learning everything on ChatGPT. But my feeling is with more and more bolt-on kind of tools, there will be tools that will just do unlimited amounts of this kind of stuff for free, potentially, as long as they have a premium version that's just really, really good. Because you have to remember, with all of the volume coming into this website, for example, with Write Sonic here, they would be actually paying for this. So every time I'm actually generating, it is costing them money. Not a lot of money, but when you're talking about hundreds of thousands of people, it does all add up. So it has a few other kind of cool features here, like AI article ideas, intros, etc. So you can obviously play around with these at your leisure. Another couple of ones I came across, they seem really random. One is character.ai. So this particular one, so what you can do on this one is that you can actually create a character, or it says here create a room. So you can create a character, like an AI character. You can give it a name like Steve or something, and a greeting, and it can be public or private. And you can actually add an image and just click create in chat. And this is just like almost like a fake AI person that will talk to you. So you can actually put here, how are you? What do you do in life? And then it just starts putting out all kinds of made up content. And it says here, remember, everything characters say is made up. So I don't see an immediate use for this, but it's interesting to see this technology because sometimes technology can be a bit ahead of the curve when it comes to market and the uses. Obviously, everybody's on social media all of the time. And you sometimes wonder if these AI characters will be there with you on social media in future. And here's a a slightly funny one. Elon Musk, I created a character. And I asked Elon Musk, AI character, how's it going with Twitter? And what he's saying is he has to keep an eye on his rockets as well and stuff. And I asked, did you really fire everyone? And it's just random kind of garbage content here. So I personally don't see any use of this one in particular, but let's try a different one. This one's kind of cool. It's called leapix.com. Again, I'll leave the link below. And what it does is it basically takes 2D images and creates 3D images off them. And you can, at the moment, download that for free. So you just upload an image here. So let me just try one. So I've uploaded this scary looking character, and then you can play around with how you want the animation to be in terms of kind of direction and a few other things. And in terms of duration, that is actually kind of rotating and moving. So let me just play around with this and then show you the kind of final version here. So this is pretty much it. There's not a massive amount you can do, but it's kind of cool because what you can do with this is you can download it in MP4 format or GIF as well. I noticed that the GIF one is not very good, but let's just download. Just if you go back, you can click here on share, and then it gives you a few options, either social or MP4, GIF, LIF, etc. Which is really cool. So I've usually just been doing the MP4 ones. But again, this is early on with this particular type of technology. How far can they take this with characters in terms of these kind of short 3D videos? Remember, on a lot of social media platforms, our short form content is everything. It's really important. So what if this was you talking, for example, in 2D and it turns into kind of 3D format, just so you can perhaps enhance kind of content creation. This is another one I came across. It's called u.com or uChat, basically. And again, I'm just asking it the same question. It's completely free to use. And it just spits out very, very quickly, actually. I asked it for an essay. So it's spat that out with some references as well. And you can ask it other things as well. So let's do something more complicated. So not particularly complicated, but I just asked it for an outline for this essay. And it's giving me the introduction there, the body, conclusion. And then when you click on images, I don't know if it's just picking up stuff from the internet here, like kind of Google images or something. And videos is just picking up on kind of YouTube stuff. So it's almost like literally that's what people are trying to create, like a competitor to Google in terms of a search engine potentially. And then they have another option here, which is study. So this time for the same search. Again, you get a few kind of domains there. You get Wikipedia there as well. So maybe they're just working on, again, the user experience when it comes to using AI. And I suppose this is where we're going. This is the main thing. Even with it says the AI search engine you control. It's whether they can customize the search so much and get to know you so well that when you get the response, Google kind of does this anyway, but this will take it to another level. It kind of gets what kind of responses you want in terms of what you're looking for and how you learn, which will be different to everybody else. Let me know in the comment section below which apps you've come across. I've been trying probably 5 to 10 every single day because there's new ones coming out all the time. And it'll be really interesting to see which ones make a dramatic difference when it comes to output in any particular niche. Thanks for listening.